Maybe I should
Alright, take a look here. Really, the only thing you need to understand and know today is just keep in mind is this. This is it. This is what parallel lines. So let's get this a little bit bigger. Which actually is obvious if you look at it. Sorry, I keep getting distracted here. Parallel lines have. Can anybody finish that sentence?
Never-ending lines.
Negatory. All lines are never
Two lines that never meet.
Now, we are talking about this. The whole thing here is we are talking about actually the word slope. Parallel lines have
A slope of.
Thank you, Faith. Have, write this in big letters, the same slope. Which makes sense because their pitch is always the same. The only thing that would be different is their y-intercepts. If they did not have different y-intercepts, they would be the same line. So if you were to look at, let's say, this line right here, if I were giving the equation of said line right here, first of all, let's figure out the slope. It looks to me like you could draw a triangle here and get the slope of this line to be what? 3 over 2, correct? If I were writing the equation of this line, y would equal 3/2 x, and it crosses the y-axis at 4. Well, if I were writing the equation of this line, it's still going to be y equals 3/2 x because the triangles end up being the same because they are the same slope. They go on the same angle. The only thing that is different is where it crosses the y-axis, which is here at -1. And that will come in handy because the book will tell you two lines are parallel, blah, blah, blah. Give the whatever equations of the lines and you'll be able to easily figure that out because you already have the slope.
Yeah.
Example here, what are the slopes of both of these lines? It looks like it goes 1 up for every 4 over. Slope of that line is 1/4. What's the slope of this line? 1/4. Wow, so far we are, and then, I don't care. Then, ladies and gentlemen, now here is where, this is where things get a little dicey. What about the slope of perpendicular lines? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the slope of these lines. Let's make a triangle right here. Let's make this triangle here. The slope of this red triangle here is what? 2 over 1, right?
Sure.
Isn't it? It's 2 up, 1 over.
It appears to be.
Which we would just write as 2. The slope of this line is 1 up, 2 over. And it's going downhill. Maybe that's a clue. Let's look at this one. The slope of this one, oh, this one doesn't seem, I didn't do a very good job of this one. Sure, it's right here. Here's one triangle, and it is what? -1/3? Does that look about right? I think I missed on this other line. I might have to skip this one because it did not cross the lines where it's supposed to. Let's ignore this one. I hope it goes away. Let's go to this one. I tried. I really tried. That one I don't like. Oh, maybe I don't like this one. I do like this one. Look at this one. Here's this triangle. What slope is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 up, 1 over. So that's a +4 slope. Let's look at this one. Crosses here. Wait, sorry. It crosses here. And where else does it cross? Here. Well, look at this triangle. That triangle is 1 up, 4 over that way. Anybody tell me, looking at the two that actually worked out, this was, one was +2, this one was -1/2, one was +4, this one was -4. I will write this, the slope of perpendicular lines Brand was going to say is, we gotta be careful how you say it. Somebody?
Opposite.
Not only, it depends on what your definition of opposite is. What's your definition of opposite? They're flipped and they are
Negative.
it's opposite reciprocal, I like to say. Opposite / reciprocal. Not only do you flip the fraction over, but you change it from whatever sign it is to its opposite sign. Alright? Which means, if you were doing the equation of this line, you know that y equals -1/2 x, and it crosses at the +1 place. This one, because it's perpendicular to it, this one, because it's perpendicular to it, you would just look at the opposite of that, the reciprocal of that is +2/1, and it crosses, looks like at the origin, or it's supposed to cross at the origin. Y equals 2x. Let's see how this helps. I forgot to bring my book with me so I can actually look at the problem.
It's not me, bro.
This is Jeffrey. What's it say?
It's gonna be on an email.
Oh. I like email.
I think you get a bit more than 40 emails a day. You've got like 10 and 3
I'll
emails.
bet I get like 200 a day. Most of them. Oh no, not many junk ones. Let's look at lesson 64, I think. Wait, did we do 64 yesterday? Lesson 65, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what they ask us. Let's see what sort of questions they are. Look at page 426. Read it to yourself as I read it aloud. Well, no. Yes. No. Yes. No. No, yes. Look at letter A. See, listen, practice. This would be the point where you would respond, yes, I do, Mr. Collins.
I do. No.
Letter A says
No.
no. Determine if the equations represent parallel lines and why. Why are they not, Tyler?
They don't have the same slope.
Right, same slope would have that. Letter B, here's where things get a little more on the dicier side. Letter B says write an equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through that point and is parallel to the line with the equation y equals 4/7 x plus 5/7. Alright, so here you go. Here's your step-by-step instructions on this. First of all, you are given the equation of a line. What was that equation? Y equals what?
4/7 plus 5/7.
Plus 5/7. Right?
Yeah.
That was a given to you. Secondly, they want an equation of the line as what? Perpendicular or parallel? Okay, so they want a parallel line.
Well, we know the slope of it.
Oh wait, one R. Parallel line that passes through what?
-3, -2.
-3, 2. Okay, so as Tyler blurted out uncontrollably,
Sorry, sir.
we do know, we're writing a new equation, but we do know that this is going to be the same because it has the same, it's a parallel line. So you know this, y equals 4/7 x, but what you don't know is where it crosses the y-axis. Now you don't want to have to graph it, although you could. Okay, what you need to do is figure out what the letter B is. And that is the reason they gave you these 2 points. This is an x point, this is a y point. If you put the x point in for x here, and you put the y point in for y there, guess what's the only letter that's left?
B.
B. So you can solve it, figure out what the letter B is, and then put the letter B back in for the letter B here. So let's see what happens if we do that. Y is 2, so I get 2 equal to 4/7 times what x is, which was -3. That's not going to be pretty, mind you. It's not so pretty. Stop me there if you didn't catch me. I was given the -3 for the x. I put it in for the x in this equation. I was given the 2, so I put it in for y there. I now need to solve this, which is going to be ugly. 2 equals -12/7 plus b. How do I get B by itself? Abram Savage?
2 and negative 12 sevenths.
Huh?
So try and
Huh?
add.
What?
You add 12 sevenths.
I do, because that moves it from this side to this side. I add 12 sevenths. Now here's where, this is why you're in 8th grade, but how do I add 2 and 12 sevenths together, Brant?
You make it, or you can make the 2 a fraction.
Okay, it's 2 over 1, but now how do I add them together?
Common denominator.
Which is what?
7.
Ooh, look at, see, I mean, this is 14 sevenths, right, that's 2. This is 12 sevenths. I add them together and I get 26 sevenths. It's not pretty, but that's what it is. That's what the letter B is. Not my answer yet, because now I need to take the, oh great, here we go, somebody found it. I take my 26 sevenths and I put it in for B right there. And that's my equation. Y equals 4 sevenths x plus 26 sevenths. Gosh, what are the odds that I'm right on that? Anybody?
Probably a big number.
99.9%.
They actually have it as 3 and 5 sevenths, but that's what 20.
Right, doesn't have one.
That's what? This is the handout?
This is the handout.
What does that smell like? Somebody's cooking something. You smell that?
You know,
Yeah.
yesterday your
This is-
sink smelled like barbecue.
I smelled vinegar yesterday.
The old bar X is a barbecue. Now you ask, how about letter C?
How about this?
What about the
Determine if the lines passing through these points are perpendicular. Well, automatically the word perpendicular tells you that their slopes must be.
Opposite reciprocal.
So, and you know how to find slopes by
The weird
slope formula.
whatever y sub 2.
So for letter C, you are going to have to plug those. Remember the slope was what? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You're going to have to do a little work there. One point is negative 2, 2. And the other point was, oh, it smells like noodle soup or something. 2, negative 4, no, popcorn. Okay, so
What, isn't Stone doing popcorn?
is that what she's cooking? 3, 6, and 5, 3. 3, 6, 5, 3. So you're given these 2 points that form lines. You need to figure out the slope for both of them and see if they are negative reciprocal slopes. And again, it's not that hard, but you got to take your time a little bit. I'll do this one and then we'll talk some proverbial turkey.
I do smell that.
My y's are here, negative 4 minus a 2. My x's are here, 2 minus negative 2. So this ends up being negative 6 over 4. So this is a negative 3/2 slope. For this to be a perpendicular line, what would the slope of the other one have to be?
2 over 3.
Positive 2/3. Thank you, Blurger. I appreciate your. You could leave time for somebody else to blurt.
Alright.
3 minus 6, 5 minus 3. What do I get here? I get negative 3 on top over 2 on the bottom. Oh, those lines are not perpendicular. Those lines are.
Parallel.
Parallel.
Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Wow, there's another one. Right, and we put that line down. Perpendicular to mine. I think you could probably do that. Oh, so many words. Ooh. Ooh. We have 25 minutes.
I agree.
Yes, fully.
Let us do problem number.
I smell it now. This one.
13 through. Oh no, we gotta go 13. Oh, we gotta go 13 through 26. 13 through 26. 13 through.